Hello there everybody, Nicholai here again, and today we've got another project. Yes, that's it. So today we're here at this very old antique cabinet. I actually might have broken it, but let's ignore that for now. So this cabinet, it has all sorts of different fabrics or different linens that haven't been used in absolute years. We're going to be looking for different types of fabrics here to use for TLE home economics to be used for our little project. So let's have a look, shall we? Man, these are really old. Actually, some of these I remember. Although some of these are not quite the texture I want. I think there might be some, like this placemat over here. This placemat seems really cool. I might use this.
That's right, lads. We're back in TLE. We've had such a long history with TLE. If you'd look at my videos, TLE is a majority of them. It's one of my most viewed on the channel. So once again, this won't be one of the large projects that we usually do for TLE, but it is a good return. So
Sorry ako. Depende sa next. Bakit? When the year goes about, you prepare.
okay, now for some very short and simple context on what this video is all about. So first of all, this video is basically made for TLE Home Economics Quarter 3 Module 3, which is about the different types of fabrics. You can see here in the brief introduction, tablecloths, table napkin, table runners. Now, our TLE teacher, Ma'am Sofia Palmero, gave us a project which we'll be making using different types of fabric, anything we want. Basically, it could be table napkin, etc. So, as you saw earlier, we picked our type of fabric that we're going to use, and I decided to make a placemat. So here are the materials I used: sewing thread, linens, tape measure, ruler, meter stick, sewing pin, pins, pin cushion, scissors, two kinds of fabrics, quilt foam, and padding. We won't actually be using any quilt foam because the cloth/fabric we use is already thick enough for that. So let's get to the actual video. This is you, by the way. You sick bastards. This is your enjoyment, isn't it?
Hello there everybody again. So we bought our pick for our new type of fabric. I'm incentive to break everything I see, but here we are. This is the type of fabric we're going to choose, but of course, the most important part is we're going to be getting three fabrics. This is the first fabric. This is going to be the first, like the fabric side on the right side up, and there's going to be another fabric on the wrong side up. It's going to be two designs, but in the middle, there's going to be quilt foam, which strengthens it and makes it more thicker. But here's the thing. We are in lockdown now. Bawal lumabas, according kay Kim Chu. So, we don't have any quilt foam. So, we won't be using any quilt foam. We'll just be using this thick piece of fabric because it should do nicely. So, let's bust out some measuring tape and let's get to it. So, it's going to be on the wrong side up. These are other fabric, and because they're two both thick fabrics, they should do without the quilt foam because bawal lumabas. Alright, now we put measurements on our fabric. Now, we're going to be cutting them. So now we have our two fabrics. What we're going to be doing, this one is going to be wrong side up, and this one is going to be right side up. What we'll be doing, we'll just be flipping it like this, and we'll be putting them together. And then, using the measurements we made, we're finally going to sew them together into an awesome placemat. As you can see here, we've turned it inside out. Why is this important? Because when you sew this, you're gonna turn it inside out, and what we're gonna see is what's inside of here. That's why we need to fold it inside out like this. Nice. Now, for example, we've now cut our fabric as you saw earlier with some movie magic. Now what we do is, in normal terms, we'd use the three fabrics we have. which was the right side up, the wrong side up in the quilt foam, but we're not using quilt foam any today. So one would be the right side up and the one would be the wrong side up. We'll all put them on equal terms because they're the same measurements, and we'll sew them together. So let's cut to that.
Hello there everybody again. So before I go, we have here the part of the module which is the project plan. I'm showing you right now in front of your eyes the project plan that I made. So let's go to the first page. So I'll just be voicing it over. Name of the project: Fabric Placemat. 2. Objectives: to make a fabric placemat to develop skills in making placemat. 3. Sketch: raw materials on the left side and the finished product on the right side. 4. Materials and tools needed. Materials: fabric for front and back of placemat, about a yard, irons interfacing muslin, batting or tin polar fleece to add body to placemat, cutting mat, ruler and rotary blade, pins, scissors, sew with coordinating thread, iron with mat. 5. Procedure: write the steps in doing the project. Number 1. Cut fabric fronts 14 by 19. Cut fabric backings 14 by 19. 3. Cut pieces 14 by 19 over interfacing. 4. Layer placemat pieces front and back facing together and interfacing on top, pin in place. 5. For a decorative edge, measure 3 inches from corner in and out and cut from point to point. You can also leave it at a rectangle. 6. Sew all edges 1/4 inch, leaving an opening at the bottom, large enough to flip. 7. Snip corners and remove pins. 8. Flip inside out, reaching in between the front and back fabric pieces. Be sure to push out all corners and finger press on iron. 9. Fold in opening and pin, sew around the entire edge of the placemat, close to edge, starting with sewing the opening shut. 10. Then sew to finish. And lastly everyone, we've come to the evaluation. So basically in our scorecard here, there are 3 categories and there are points for it. Those points are already given in the module and the score is the personal score that I gave to myself. So, first category, safety practices, which awards us 30%. Number 1, wash hands before working. Points for it is 5 and I scored myself 5 because it's really easy to wash your hands. Soap exists and a washing basin also exists. Number 2, light is coming from the left shoulder. I did that also. That's why I get 5 points. 3. Use proper materials and tools. I had to improvise a little bit, so I did 9. Number 4. Work area was maintained clean and orderly. Yes, it should be. So 10 points. Category number 2. Workmanship, which is around 50%. Number 1. Correct and tidy. I gave myself 18 points. I know it's a bit generous for my sake, but you know, I gave it to myself because I think for my first time it was overall good. Number 2, right tidiness of the stitches, not loose or tight. 15, I guess. 3, able to execute the desired design. Also, actually guys, there's a correction here. It doesn't actually say 13 on the point, it says 15. I awarded myself 13. C, overall design. 1. Neat and appealing. Yes, the stitches aren't too noticeable. Number 2. Right color combination. That's right, I used white. Total 95. And that's the end, everybody. thank you everybody for watching the video, and also thank you to our TLE teacher, Ma'am Sofia. Bye everyone.